doing assignment number 9 in the Competent Communications Manual. Is that the inspirational speech, or
Persuade with power.
what is the persuade with power?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay, that's the objective. The objective here is to persuade with power. So this is a persuasive speech. The title of his speech is "Some Extras Need to Be Trashed."
Yeah.
All right, some extras need to be trashed. Kudadat. Let's welcome Kudadat.
Good evening. This is actually my second part of my first speech. If you still remember the Eureka one. Okay, so it's the second part. I just quickly revised the first part of the speech, that what was it about, so you could link it together. I think that you might have forgotten. So it's good if I quickly revise the first part. So my first part of the speech was about, I just compared how writers, politicians, and scientists, they work to benefit others. And I told you that it's against the kin selection theory that advertised that everybody tries to help their siblings to propagate their genes. And then I decided it is impossible that writers, scientists, and politicians could be wrong, because they are the people who talk at the other people. So then, and it's also impossible that theory of kin selection could be wrong, because it's theory in science, it is accepted theory. Then at the end I said, okay, I must be wrong, because if these two couldn't be wrong, so then I'm wrong. Actually, it was a technique to prepare your mind right now, to prepare your mind for this part, that I just wanted to tell you what I want. I just want to say that the theory of kin selection is okay for eusocial organism. You are familiar with the ants, with the wasps, with the bees. So they are eusocial organisms. This theory is okay for them, but it can't explain really the human behavior. When it comes to human behavior, the humans really behaves in strange ways that don't fit in this theory. And I would say a lot of our behaviors don't have any kind of genetic basis, or they don't have any, and they don't even improve our the way that the science says they increase our fitness. They don't increase our fitness. It may seem a very big claim. It's really a very big claim. But let me give you some examples. Suppose that I have a smartphone, because this is the time of smartphone. Every young boy like to have a smartphone. Let's suppose I have a smartphone with every applications that any kind of a smartphone has. But it just has only one, doesn't have any one application. It doesn't have a touch screen. But I have an iPod that has a touch screen. So I have the same application, but on the other gadget. But still I go to buy another smartphone with a touch screen. So does this decision, or this behavior has a genetic basis? Or do you think it increased my fitness? No, it doesn't. So if it doesn't have any genetic basis and it doesn't increase my fitness, then what does it mean? How could you explain this behavior? You might argue that I am just influenced by other people. I'm just influenced. It's a kind of cultural transmission. So let's have a biological example. Let's go and have another example from. So let's compare human with their very close ancestors, primates. So one thing that's really important in primates, and about the cultural transmission is about the parental caring. In primates, it's the female that take care of their offspring. So the kids, I'm talking about the primates, who are close to their mothers, they get the most of the benefits because they get the opportunity to learn, they get warm, they get more food, they learn the skills that help them to increase their fitness. And in primates, it doesn't exceed from a decade. But if we come to humans, the heaviest cost that the parents pay in terms of parental care is education. And a human, it takes 2 decades to graduate for a kid in human. So does graduation means increasing the fitness? I don't think, because graduation just is a beginning. What makes sure the success of a kid in terms of education is a specialization. It's not the graduation, it's a specialization. So when I was a teacher, and I was looking to how parents behave in terms of their educating their kids. So the kids was coming to schools till 2, I'm talking about Pakistan, not here. Then they were going to tuition center, then they are going to computer center, and then they was going to language center, and still if they had sometimes some parents was sending their children to religious studies. It was over-education. To me, it was over-education. So do you think these behaviors of the parents was increasing the fitness of their kids? I don't think, because it was causing mental and physical health problem for these kids. So it has a reverse effect rather than benefiting their kids. So I gave you an example, a simple behavior, then I gave you an example from biological examples, that some extras that we are applying to children. So what's the difference between us and then primates? Because every action in primates, they have a genetic basis. And I claim that there is no genetic basis, some of them. So whatever we are doing extra. We are having the same thing in primates also. They have parental care, they have cultural transmission, they have everything that we have. But humans have some extras. So I gave you 2 examples of extra. I give you one more very common example. Just open your closet and you will see a lot of clothing there. If you carefully, thoroughly, re-examine you may need some of them to be trashed. They may be extras. Are you agree with me? Do you agree with me? Okay. So I give you one example, but it's not just a very easy method like clothing that you have something extra that you need to be trashed. It's also some really important decisions like education. I have seen people doing masters in 2 subjects or sometimes thrice. So do you think that doing masters not once, twice, but thrice increase job opportunity, or is it increasing the fitness? I think one is okay. Twice and thrice is extra. And it's just costing more time. I'm not sure that it's increasing the fitness. It might be decreasing the fitness. So just look around you. You might have some behaviors. You might have these kind of things that really, really are extras, that have no genetic basis, that are not increasing your fitness, and you might need to trash them. So it's not just I told you, some extras are there too, that's needed to be trashed. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kudadat. Normally, when we have speakers, we do ask